Hello and welcome to another Gemini Rogues video. In this video we will be demonstrating Tier 5 heavies. It's basically a review and guide of a top 5, or in our opinion, a top 5 Tier 5 heavies, and we're going to start with the French BDR, which is at number 5. Come on then, Killers05, run us through this BDR.
Well, I would say it's our top 5. This is not specific. Some people might differ, but it's just the way we play the game.
Our opinion, top 5.
Yeah. We're going for the tier. I'll give you lots of reasons in this video why I feel the BDR is at number 5 and there's others in front of it. We'll give you a little bit of a background on BDR. It was a project on the engineer. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Your French is better than mine. The Baudet Donnen Roussel company in June 1938, but it were never actually made. So it was just kind of survived in blueprints.
It's pretty good French. Pretty good French.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's affectionately known, not as the BDR, but as the steel potato.
That's it. Had it when you like.
Potato. This tank, it's so-so. We're going to run through this video. We're going to tell you how to play it, its weak spots, its strengths.
Go on then.
As a general rule, the gun is everything on this tank, so it needs to be fully upgraded.
You're saying it's all about the gun?
It's all about the gun, and that's the kind of the problem with it. It's got no flexibility around play style.
Tier 5?
Yeah, it relies on. The gun is pretty good for Tier 5. I mean, it has been surpassed since the OI Experimental came out for strength of gun in Tier 5, but before that it was the Tier 5 heavy gun of choice. KV1's not bad, but this was the one. It's the 90mm DCA 30 gun you need on this tank. It's top upgrade, and gives you a whacking great 135mm penetration and 240 damage. Now that sounds good, but
not bad.
The problem with that gun is its reload. 6.32 rounds per minute, which is vastly slower than anything else in Tier 5, and which gives it a really dismal DPM of 1,517, which is the lowest out of all Tier 5 heavies, including premiums. Nothing does less damage per minute in Tier 5 heavy than the BDR. So the gun is good. Yes, you will go to penetrate things. Accuracy is not brilliant, but it's survivable.
How about speed? Does it go fast in reverse?
Not fast. It's not fast. Only things slower are the KV1 and Churchill. So again, speed's not your ally. And armour is, we're going to look at the armour later on, 80mm turret armour, 60mm hull armour. The only advantage it's got, you can see there on the front, it's very sloped.
Very sloped.
Weak points of the tank are numerous, and you can see the gigantic cupola on the top of the turret. Weak points of the armour is, it's not armoured at all really, it relies on its angling. The front especially. You can side scrape in it, it's quite bouncing outside. The armour is more troll than it lets on, but the gigantic cupola on the top means you need to stay away from hills in this tank.
What's troll?
It shouldn't block it, but it does because of its angling. It can control you at times. A shot that should penetrate it can bounce.
That's a pretty big cupola.
Yeah, if you come up to an hill, that thing's sticking out above you. It's a big silhouette of a tank as well.
Like
it stands up really high.
Sticking out,
so you need to stay away from hills in this thing, because they can see that thing coming a mile before you can see any of them. And you're wondering, how the hell am I getting shot? I can't see anybody. They're shooting that great whacking thing sticking out of the top of the hill, which is a big drawback of this tank.
Yeah, especially
good points, as we've already spoke about, is the gun. It's got really good good damage, and another massive thing is it's a good credit earner. Makes some real good silver with this tank because of the damage the gun does. Frontal armour slope we spoke about, and as the tank upgrades, it gets a fantastic signal range, which means you can see things for miles away. 710-metre signal range when it's fully upgraded, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And then we're back to negatives. Straight in with negatives, view range is abysmal. 290-metre view range.
That's not much, is it?
It's only surpassed by the KV1 that's at 280, so it's blind as a bat. It's not spotting anything, and that's another reason that you can't play this tank as a frontline brawler. No, it is a support heavy.
Is this why we're saying it's our number 5?
It's our number 5, yeah. And we're going to go straight into some gameplay, and I'll give you some more information on tanks as we're watching that gameplay.
Okie dokes. So here we are, Killers05. We've got the BDR gameplay. Go on, roll it out.
As you can tell, it's Sand River. It's a Tier 5 match. We're packing the 90mm DCA gun on this And another thing we're going to pick up on this tank, we're going to see the gun depression and elevation. It's quite good. It's not exceptional, but it's quite good for this tank.
What's that whizzing past? T-34.
T-34 flying past. And you see another drawback of this tank. I keep mentioning drawbacks. This is why it's at number 5 for me. 650 hit points. It's the lowest of the tier 5
That's not many, is it?
And you're going to see the gun in action straight away here. Gone.
I didn't really see that.
Yeah, it's quite good. We can see the drawback, the mobility.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic. Play style for this tank, if I were telling someone how to play it, you need to be up with your heavies, but not with them. Support fire. That's your kind of role. You ain't got the armour to go bouncing shots off of KV1s and stuff like that.
You're calling this a support heavy?
It's a support heavy. You've got to play it as that. You can't be the front line. You ain't got the view range to spot anybody for starters.
Okay.
And you've got the signal range to be able to spot people from a long way away.
Can it snipe then? So it's like a support heavy
snipe. The gun is
sniper.
accurate, but it's not exceptional. It's adequate.
What does the turret turn like?
Turret turns bad, tank turns bad. The traverse speeds are another problem. If you get swarmed by a medium,
you're done.
It's not going to be the easiest thing to get out of that situation.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
The speed you can see here, it's slow, but it's not.
It's faster than a Churchill.
It struggles to keep up with all the other tier 5s though.
Okay. So what have we got then? It don't go very fast. It's not very. Is it accurate?
Not particularly, but the aim. Look how long it takes to aim in as well.
Oh,
and we're going to talk about equipment. If I were putting equipment on this tank, I would be running vents just to get that aim time a bit down more, a gun lane drive to get the aim time in, and a gun rammer so I could reload quicker. They would be the 3 pieces of equipment I'd use. And you can see here the gun depression's it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's not bad.
It struggles up hills. You can see its speed again at tank there. I mean, this is really good here. We're trying to cover the whole map from this position.
You're sticking your potato out of it.
Yeah, there's still potatoes running well. So you're not a brawler. This is don't get thinking this is an heavy tank. You don't play. I mean, you'll realise this as you move on through the French heavies. They're not heavy tanks. They're heavy by name and category, but other than that, they're not heavy tanks.
Yeah.
By any means whatsoever. It struggles with a lot of things. For me, that's why I've got it at tier 5. See there, nice shot into Churchill 3. You see, you're not struggling for penetration. That's just a standard shell. And we're just trying to support it, thinking this is perfect. I mean, if you can keep yourself mobile and dotting around.
Very nice. Well, what we're saying is this is our number 5 in our top 5 purely because it's not that good.
The gun it's all gun.
I know, but sometimes it's not about the gun, is it?
Its armour can be quite bouncy at times. It's not impenetrable, don't get me wrong, but in tier 5 matches, it can kind of hold its own armour-wise.
Does this play up to tier 7?
It's what?
Can it play up to tier 7?
Yeah, it plays tier 7, and that's the good thing about it as well. That's another plus point.
Oh, playing
with
up to
the
tier
gun.
7?
Yeah, but the gun can handle a tier 7 tank. It doesn't struggle.
Okay, I don't think I'd want to be in a tier 7 game
with the 650 hit points, you can get 2
shot
shots
like
by
2 shots.
certain things in that tier, so it's not brilliant for
Even
that.
1.
But you can't be front line.
Yeah.
You can't be the first man forward. Well, I'm going to show that. We're going to use other examples in videos we've got coming up. The white, you see there.
Yeah.
Blocks a shot, bounce on, keep moving and keep that angle in as much as you can up front.
Was this tank ever built by the French then?
No, it's just surviving blueprints. You can probably see why.
Yeah.
There we go. I mean, this is the other problem. We've got a whacking great cupola hanging out. There you go. With this tank, it's all about shooting, getting back to cover, and getting that reload, and then going back out once you've reloaded and trying to do a little bit of damage with what you can. I mean, we've got the KV1 coming. I need that T1 heavy out of my life. Try and splash a shot off, dodge another one, dodge another shot. I mean, I'm not exactly mobile, but we seem to be dodging shots here, there, and everywhere.
KV1's doing your favour. He's not even looking at you.
Yeah, stick one inside of his turret. He's coming for us now. And you can see the armour here. We'll stick it at that angle.
Yeah.
Is it his tractor absorbed it? Now it's penders. We've got one back. Still getting his tracks back up. And we're bouncing. Bouncing shots here. He's not got the top gun on, obviously, on KV1, but we're dealt with. You can see the armour does work. It's not completely
You've got
ineffective.
to work it, though, haven't you? You can't rely on it to do it itself.
And someone still doesn't need to ping us here like we're doing nothing. We're trying his best.
You're not pulling your weight, 05. What are you doing? It's watching it.
There we've got some assisted damage there. It likes going, it's quite quick downhills, but...
It is, which is
you can't, it's hard to say. You want a street map in it, because you can use a peekaboo tactic, which is the only one you can really use. So we're going to show that peekaboo tactic later on in its...
Pop in.
Yeah. But that kind of leads your face on and head on with some real tough armour. I mean, you've got the gun to deal with, but they've got the gun to deal with you as well. So it's about trading blows.
I've never played this tier 5. I'm not sure if I don't think I want to. Looking at it.
I mean, the thing you've got to remember at this point is this is just a 75% crew I'm using here. I've not used this tank for ages. I've had to rebuy it again to do this video. So I've not got a skilled crew in it. And we can see a look at the damage. I mean, you can pretty much free shot any other tier 5 heavy in the game. You could pretty much free shot it with the gun on this. You can see the reload can be a problem. And I got a bit overconfident here. I thought that hit, but it missed.
I mean, what are we talking? 6 seconds, 6.5?
No, it's 6.32 rounds per minute. I mean, you can get that down. I've got that down using.
And you're reloading at 8 seconds, aren't you?
I mean, we're packing the gun rammer on here as well as vents. Yeah. I know the crew's not fully trained up, so that'll come down a little bit more, but not drastically.
It's not a help at a deal, though, is it? 8 seconds. 8 seconds, tier 7. You got your Tiger at tier 7. Reloads at 5.5, 5.75.
Doing the same damage.
Doing the same, I was going to say,
well,
doing the same
tier
damage.
5, so it gets away with it a bit. I mean, some people say you don't see many tier 7 matches in it. When I bought this tank last night, I got 8 in a row tier 7 matches. I'm going to swore him at that point, It gets preferential matchmaking, it's a tech tree tank.
Right.
No, I'll last with tier 7 tank after tier 7 tank. And potato teams as well, just to add to the steel potato. And you can see it, wait for your target to come out, tracking again.
Tracking.
The story of this BDR, it just likes to get tracked. You can see it bouncing a few shots off at Churchill. I know Churchill 3's not exactly got the most potent gun in the game. It fires quick, but it's not exactly going to pen much.
No, it's a struggle to pen that thing if you're angled.
And the other thing with the BDR is the artillery tend to like to shoot at it. It's a slow moving, soft target, and there's not many you can say about that in the game. Normally, if it's slow moving, it's armoured up to T. If you're talking 82 sort of like thing, OI, stuff like that, they're normally armoured. This is slow moving with no armour.
No armour.
So you're kind of not getting any kind of benefits really. We see the game finishes there, 10 penetrating shots, 4 kills.
So what did it get? I was going to say what sort of engine power and stuff, but we'll move on yet.
You see there, we made 26,000, fired a few premium shots off in that round. The premium shells, 175mm penetration on the APCR. The HE is not really worth firing with 45mm penetration, unless it's a really weak-minded game you come across where you get tier 3s in it.
You did well. I mean, you didn't hang about. You did well, tier 5 game, but I'm not loving this tank. I'm not loving it.
Well, we're going to show some more plus points of the tank now. Some other videos we're going to look at, and we're going to go over play styles even more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay then. Let's move on to the next one. And this is a little bit special. We've got BDR facing off a BDR.
We're going to see here.
Tell us why it's special.
Yeah, we're going to see the difference here is that's a stock BDR. I'm in a fully tiered up BDR. See the gun there, 235.
Yeah, pwned in with that.
Shot, absorbing tip tracks. Poke back out.
Done it again.
See the fire. He's firing quicker, but he can't pen me.
Can't pen you with that little.
I know he's hitting me tracks, but
little Billy gun. Little Billy gun's not doing it. I think he's
given up at this point, and it's a bit too late, and it's over.
I mean, he must have been cussing on that because he's thinking it's a BDR, I can do him. He's as good as me, but he wasn't fully upgraded. No.
And that's the difference between a fully upgraded BDR and a stock one. All about the gun.
All about the gun.
That proves it. The gun is everything with this tank.
He's still not selling me, but this is why it's number 5. So we saw BDR against BDR. You did much better, but let's have a look at this next clip.
And we're going to see here straight away the drawbacks to this tank. We've been straight up the top of the hill.
Drawbacks?
Okay. We went straight up the top of the hill with the rest of the team, with the heavies, and we only managed to get 1 shot in and 1 kill before everybody were dead because it took us that long to get it. Now we're taking fire, we move back downhill. You can see here the armour, we've got premium rounds flying in here and it's still bouncing off the side. That's why you can see here straight away that this tank is not bad at side scraping. You can do a little bit of side scraping off of a building, drive up to it, back up, and it can bounce a bit off its side.
But you was working it by angling it, that's the main thing. You're not going straight on, you was actually turning, weaving, angling, using it.
We're just trying to get literally setting off before everybody else does, because they're probably going to get there before you.
Yeah.
That's the other problem with this tank. You've got to outthink your own teammates to be somewhere where you can make opportunities for yourself.
So what's its maximum speed then? 20 what? 23, 24?
23. I think you can get up to 30.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course you're going against.
And we'll see that we've got a few spotted targets. KV1. Start angling his armour. Can we turn it on? Slight angle to it. Front of his armour. We're bouncing them downside again. You see it gun here again.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the gun damage, it draws you towards wanting to try it, but
it's just the reload. I mean, peekaboo tactics, bouncing off at Matilda there.
You do play it very well. You use its negatives very well. Very well. Go on then, let's have a look at this next one. Right, in this clip, we're just going to show pretty much peekaboo tactics, how you can negate the tier 5 quick firing heavies you're going to come up against. Okay. And we're going to start to kill this chappy. Just sat there. The gun again. The gun is pretty good. I mean, you can take half his health off nearly there with that one shot. The mobility again, we see the mobility again here. It struggles. Mobility. This again is another tier 7 match I might add. Okay. We're a side that just kind of dwindled away, and sometimes you just got to think, screw it. Yeah, go for it. Caution to win, then let's just try and push on and make something happen, and maybe we can turn it. What are you doing in the trees, man? Ploughing through. Ploughing through. Go on then, what's this clip all about then? Tell us. We're going to show the peekaboo tactic that's best used with this tank, and we're going to show why you'd use it against what tank we're using it against. We're going to come up against a captured KV1. Everyone knows the fire rate's pretty much the same as the Churchill 3. Quite like those actually in captured KV1. The fire rate's just is it under 2 seconds some people can get down to when they're running certain products on it. Yeah, fully modified. So we're just going to show how you can go shot for shot. Okay, that's pretty good then. So we come here, it pops up, he's still got more armor. I thought I'd chance my arm and try and stick one inside his turret, but it wasn't quite side on enough. You can see he's just mincing that medium next to it. Bang, bang, bang. Get his lower plate instead. Should have gone there first. If your reload was a lot faster, you would have minced him. Try and take the artillery out before it does us any more damage. But KV1's already on us. Oh, you can see KV1. Snap a shot off, track him. Now we use this bang, and then we can go shot for shot now. We're on this bang. So we can take 75 damage off him to 240 off him. Yeah. You can't shoot us again now, we're back for cover, we're reloading. We're going to go 240 for 75 again. That's how you've got to use this tank. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Always got to make sure you've got cover. We take a shot, we deal a shot. Yeah. So you're negating his fire rate by using cover. Yeah, you don't get stuck in the open. And you see it now with pretty much the team's gone. The shots coming in from every angle. I mean, watching this, I'm thinking this gun's pretty good. I'm starting to like it because I'm seeing all this damage. Over 200 damage in a tier 5 is good. But then I watch you drive it around and I think... It's very situational. Yeah, you can't get caught out in open. You can't go anywhere near hills because of the gigantic cupola. I mean, I had one match on cliff. I was in the middle of the map, around the centre, like horseshoe section. Oh, okay. And they were down in the dip at the bottom. And they were just shooting me and I couldn't even see them. I couldn't get anywhere near the dip and they're just shooting me straight on top of this gigantic cupola sticking out of the edge of like the rise. I mean, this is another thing it likes to do, damage tracks as well. Go for tracks. I'm very good at damaging tracks. But as a general rule, you've got to support. You can't be front runner. You can't be straight in someone's face in this tank. It just does not work. If you've got a defendable position, yeah, this is pretty good. Better, isn't it? Yeah, bit better. You don't want to be caught in. It's not fast enough to be a flanking heavy. You're not talking Tiger stats here, where you can race round and get up behind someone and rip into them. I mean, you got reload. You're not OI KV1 armor. You can stand in front of them and blow them away. You've got to be clever. You've got to use your head to play this tank. A lot of people new to the game, I would not advise you to go straight to tier 5 and first ever you get BDR. No. Learn tier 5 heavies, get your KV1 first, stuff like that you can take a bit of punishment from and still dish it out a little bit. Yeah, this thing just absorbs it. If this is the first tier 5 heavy tank you get, it's going to be a steep learning curve for you. Oh, you're going to be good by the time you get anything else, aren't you? Yeah, the biggest thing you can't do is play this as an heavy. I know that sounds stupid, but you're saying play it as a medium?
No, because you can't flank. He's not got the speed.
Flank.
You've got to. It's all playing style, all to
So
itself.
if you can't play it as a heavy, what we play now as a special heavy.
Yeah, he's kind of in the mid-range between. It's kind of that just dropping back off everybody.
Yeah.
Letting everybody go first and you picking the shots as you can.
I get you. It's number 5 for a reason. Out of our top 5.
Yeah.
Yet another clip. Corner killers.
Yeah, this is the last clip. I'm just going to run down that peek-a-boom tactic again, and when sometimes shit hits fan and you've got no choice but to be the front tank, this is what you're going to have to kind of do. This peek-a-boom tactic again. Take a shot, get back, look, get that reload in. If we stand in front of that Bogatar, it's just going to be shot after shot after shot into us. We can see the gun here. Try and get that lower plate again. It just went a little bit high into his topper.
Why don't you just aim for his turret?
I could have, but his lower plate's bigger.
Bigger.
So it's an easier target. Don't miss that chance again.
No.
Take out that, and you can see we're up here on his own. We've got a light tank with us. Half the team's gone already by this point because it took us too long to get there.
Yeah.
And the Matilda here, you can see the armour. It's not stopping the Matilda.
No,
you can't rely on this armour. Even angled there, full on angle, he's still chewing away from it.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've got a dead Marder who's a
good example of being stuck in the open and being ripped into, isn't it? Luckily, you got that dead tank.
Make sure you've got cover at all times. And you can see the mobility here. That's another thing I want to point out with this tank. The driver gets killed a lot. We've already used his health pack there to revive his driver after he's been killed. We get going again. Take out that Valentine AT. Light tank's going to run off. We're not going to see him again. And we're going to show here that sometimes you can go toe to toe with tier 5.
Okay.
But it's only an M4, so don't get too excited. We're thinking about going for 820 and realise we're not catching it.
No, we're not.
This is when it starts to turn. We spot an M4. Full health M4. I mean, we've got 228 hit points left here. I mean, not ideal. We've got that giant cupola sticking out of it, but he doesn't use his brain.
No,
he tries to come charging. He sees the low health, we bounce a shot. Keep that front facing to him, we bounce another shot. Keep that front facing to him, we take one there, we can't do it. Driver's dead again.
Some nice damage. How many shots was that? 2, 3?
3 shots.
3 shots.
Well, I think it was 2, wasn't it? 2 shots?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
2 shots and we took out an M4. That's BDR.
BDR, number 5 for a reason. Come on then, Colours 05. Round this BDR up for us. That's my fingers, bro.
Right, start again.
Can we round this BDR up? Come on then, Killers 05. Let's round this BDR up, please.
The steel potato. Tier 5. It's coming at number 5 on its tier 5 top 5.
So this is our number 5 tier 5.
Right, we're going to go for
Tell
plus
me why.
points
I want
first.
to know why.
Its good points is it's gun.
Can we go negative first?
You want a negative? What? You start with negative. You always say negative.
Yeah, because I'm going to end on a positive.
Alright, its view range, it's abysmal. Biggest negative. No, you're not going to spot anything. Its hit points are abysmal.
650 is quite a lot.
Not for a tier 5 heavy, and it's the lowest out of them all.
Okay.
Slow rate of fire, which leads to a bad DPM.
I don't like that slow rate of fire.
DPM of just 1,517.
Is that good?
It's the lowest out of all tier 5 heavies, even premiums. The silhouette of the tank is another negative. A massive cupola on the roof. Cupola.
You mean cupola?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very high as well, so you can't really go near hills or you get pooned.
Any more negatives? Give us
I
more
can
negatives.
keep going with negatives, which is why it's at number 5. It's slow. I know it's not the slowest of the tier 5s. Churchill and KV1 are slower, but it is slow. And it's also slow in turret turning and actual traversing of the tank as well.
What about concealment? What's that like?
Not very great. It's a massive tank. It's high silhouette, as we've already mentioned, so its camo ratings aren't great either.
What's survivability?
Just its armour. Its armour is
not
adequate.
Adequate.
The tier 5 game, it's adequate.
It only goes up to 70 mil though, doesn't it? It's not much.
Yeah. Well, it goes up to 80 when it's upgraded on the turret. This is a stock one we've got spinning around here now. The upgraded one does get a little bit extra turret armour, but not very much, an extra 20 mil. Well, I say not very much, it's a 30% increase.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
80 mil in the turret.
What about the... Is that it? Anything else?
Negatives.
Anything else you can rip it on?
No.
New. It's
I want to, well, I like my French heavies, so it's hard for me to rip at anyone because I do like my French heavies.
Lay us down some positives then.
Positives, gun.
Is that it?
I've got a few more. I'm starting with gun. Gun's got a good penetration and it does a good damage roll. Fire rate lets it down a little bit, but you're doing a fair bit of damage for it. It's got half decent armour. We've already spoke of that. We've seen a few shots it bounces.
Yeah, you got to work.
As we've said before, it's good armour for tier 5. If you're getting a tier 6 or 7 match, it's just nothing, pretty much.
7 is nothing.
Yeah.
Like egg box armour.
Another good thing about the gun is it's got good elevation and depression. Pretty good.
It's got good depression,
yeah, which you're going to need with that great whacking cupola on top. One of the major plus points is its signal range, 710 metre signal range.
Okay, but
so you can spot your targets from a fair distance before they can see you. So that's another plus point. And it's a good credit earner.
Okay.
You do love a silver earner. I think you might get on with this tank.
Tier 5, you've got silver already, haven't you?
So, it's got a high cap, skill cap, to play this tank.
You need to be good?
Yeah, you need to know what you're doing.
Do I need to avoid this thing then?
Yeah. It's not a good tank for a novice. A novice will struggle in this tank. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know tactics. You need to know
I don't like
a little bit of
playing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And map knowledge to play this tank to make the most out of it.
Yeah, is it one to skip if you've got the silver and the gold?
No. Some people can. I've heard some people say it's their best tier 5 ever. They prefer this out of roll run. It's not for me. It's not flexible enough for how I like to play the game.
Okay. Oh, it's our opinion, isn't it?
It's a one-trick pony. It's a support tank. So, and that word there, support, means you rely.
What's the accuracy like?
It's not. I think 0.4 accuracy on it, if I remember correctly. So it's not brilliant, but it's not bad. It's the aim time's the biggest drawback of the gun.
Yeah,
it takes a long time to pull in.
Big balloon.
But yeah, as we said before, being a support heavy means you go where your team go.
Yeah,
and so you're relying on your teammates to go to a position that's advantageous for you and advantageous for your team. You can't force the issue.
Would you take your potato out into a field and just plant it?
No, it needs cover. Always needs cover for its reload and its lacquer armour.
Can you go retard in it?
No, you're not fast enough for starters. You're not flanking in this thing. That's the drawback of the tank. It relies on your teammates. Good in a platoon. Good backup.
What would a platoon of 4 do? Just die?
No, you need to mix it up.
Mix it up. Yeah. So this is our number 5 out of 5.
Equipment-wise, if I'm talking about equipment on it.
Oh yeah, go on.
You want to mention equipment again? We've already mentioned it, but vents.
That's a must, isn't it?
Gun lane drive.
Oh, definitely, to get that balloon down.
Gun rammer, to get your reload down.
Yeah, and if you've got any perks, I'd
for the crew.
Arms first.
A snapshot as well. Be a good perk for this tank.
Fast enough for that?
It's your peak of booming, so any tank you need a peak of boom snapshot's a good perk to have in it. Yeah. Probably repairs as well. Keep your tracks up. They're good perks for this tank.
Would you honestly be in this tank long enough to earn all those perks?
It's tier 5, so you have to grind a fair bit out. I mean, you do go on to ARL44, which is a better tank. I don't mind that. That's a good tier 6 heavy. We'll come to that later. Like I say, you've not got a lot of rip points to play with, only 650, so you've got to know what you're doing. You can't waste them.
You can't waste them.
And you rely on your team. It's a team relying tank.
So have we gone through all the positives? There's an awful lot of negatives. But
that's the BDR.
BDR. Number 5 out of 5. I don't like it. Killers 05 liked it.
A little bit.
A bit, not much, because it's number 5. Anyway, laters.